Doing international business can be a lot of fun, especially when you are with all the enticing challenges, lots of diversity knowledge, a lot of competitive pricing. But what happens when you're about to import or export your goods? Suddenly, the word customs come and knock your door. Are you prepared to face the Canadian Customs authorities, the so-called CBSA? Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, today I'm going to talk about 3 topics. One, I'm going to give you the basics of valuation. What should you declare for customs? Number 2, some tips about how can you reduce your import taxes. And number 3, some rules of origin. Everything this for free. So, how much should you declare? This is a very common question in all Canadian companies. CBSA gives you a transaction value method where it's basically put the value of the invoice of your supplier as your import value. However, CBSA tells you, well, you can do that, but you need to add or deduct different fees. So I'm going to tell you what kind of fees are those. Additions you have to be checking. Some of them are the agent commissions. Let's say that you import goods from China, but you buy those goods through a Hong Kong distributor or agent. CBSA, you have to declare the value of the agent commission fees for import duties. Another one is the packing cost. That's self-explanatory, and the assist. Assist is, for example, if I'm manufacturing clothing in Mexico, but I buy the fabrics here in Canada, so then I ship the fabrics to Mexico. So when the products come back to Canada, I will have to add the fabric cost to the import duty. Some people just put the invoice of the supplier for Mexico, but then you actually need to include the other costs. CBSA also lets you to deduct some fees. For example, the transportation costs. All the shipping costs, let's say from Mexico to Canada, you shouldn't be including in your invoice, in your import value. And damaged goods. Let's say that you import your goods in Canada, but you found lots of damaged items, you can claim a refund. Still paying a lot of import duties? Well, CBSA has a very attractive, has several attractive programs to help you to minimize the import duties. There are 2 different programs called duty drawback and duty relief. The duty drawback is basically, for example, if you are importing goods from China and you already pay an import duty, but then you later say, okay, you know what, actually these goods are going to export it to Mexico or Thailand. Then you can say to the CBSAs, okay, well, these goods didn't really stay in Canada, they were exported. So you can claim those import duties you already paid. The duty relief, it is very similar. The only difference is that you're actually telling CBSA that you are going to export those goods before you pay the duties. So you can have those goods in Canada before they are exported to another country without paying any duties. That really helps you to your cash flow, and definitely it will be a terrific move for your business. Made in where? Yeah. Yeah, it's another issue here for CVSA that customers or companies had to declare the goods based on the origin. A lot of companies think, or a lot of people think that because it comes from the U.S., it's a U.S. item, and we can claim duty-free. However, that's not always the case. A lot of the times, the item is manufactured in the U.S., but with components from different countries. So then you have to apply all the rules of origin to determine if it's actually a U.S. item or not. And that is a lot of the legislations, a lot of rules. And because you are really claiming a lot of the time 0% of duty rate, you have to be very accurate. And CVSA really is very picky on that. What can you do? First, you can hire a trading customs consultant. I can give you my card later. You definitely need to document all your export and export processes. In case you face a CVSA audit, you have all your processes documented. A very good recommendation is define the roles of your broker, supplier, and you as the importer. That being said, is because no matter what errors you have, valuation, tariff, origin, error, you are held as a responsible party, no matter what. So you have to be aware of that. Well, thank you so much for your time, and really take a moment to check all your import and export issues and compliance. You don't want to be surprised to anything there. Thank you.
Thank you.